안녕.
안녕하세요.
Hello everyone.
안녕하세요.
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 Can everyone hear me clearly?
네.
Just thumbs up. Speak. Okay. Yes. So.
네.
Okay. Okay, can we see any thumbs up in the chat, or if you have your camera on, can we have thumbs up if you guys can hear me clearly? Okay. So hello, my name is Daniel Kim. I'm one of the student workers at Auburn University Korea Center. And I will be teaching Butter by BTS. So does everyone know what Butter, or know the song Butter by BTS is? I can see we have someone wearing a sweatshirt. Okay, so we'll have everyone muted from the start to the end, and this is recorded. You don't have to dance. If you like to just kind of watch and see how it goes, you're more than welcome to do that. But I'll ask if you do have any questions, if you can use the waving feature, or if you could just type in the chat saying, hey, I have a question, then we can just unmute you and then we can go with that. So right now, I'll actually go ahead and play the song real quick so you can kind of hear what it sounds like. I know that, most of you guys do know what it is, but just hear it a little bit and then kind of like, we can go forward from that. So I'll go and play the music. And just let me know if it's too loud. Okay, was everyone able to see it? Was the video clear enough? Okay, perfect. So I just did a little bit of demonstration for it. I'm not sure if the audio or the video was a little off, but I'll try my best to do counts. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so the first move is going to be 1, right? And what you're going to do is, and if you have not already, I'd like to ask everyone to turn on their cameras, have it at a good point of view so I could see, and it helps out being able to see yourself as well. So the first move is 1, and all you're going to do is you're going to swing your leg, and you just got to copy me, okay? So don't worry about left or right. I think I already mirrored it, so I think it's best if you just follow what you see on the video. So all you're doing is just going to swing your leg around and then plant it. Does that make sense? And then what you're going to do with your with your hand, this hand right here, is you're going to swing it down. Or is that right? Wait, I believe that is right. Okay, yeah, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of scoop over your head as well. So this is all gonna be on 1, right? So you're gonna go 1 and plant your foot in front of you, right? And then your hand is gonna kind of stay by your side. And then on 2, you're gonna be right, left. Does that make sense? So you go 1, 2, and 3. Is going to be the same thing as what you did on the first move, but you're going to have this leg come around, and then this hand come down, and then this hand come out. Does that make sense? So we'll do, oops. Okay. So we're at 1 and 2 and 3. Does that make sense? And it's kind of a hop, but then if you jump too high, then of course you're gonna get a little off beat. So this is 1, 2, and you see how I step this, and then 3, and. Does that make sense? So the moves are gonna be the same exact thing, but you're just gonna be changing sides. So this is 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Okay? Does that make sense for everyone? Okay, so we go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Okay, so when you end at 3 and, so at 4, what you're gonna do is gonna be kind of like a walking part. You're gonna be walking forward. I'll ask, like, if you don't have to add this, but just add kind of like a bop. So you're kind of going forward while walking forward. Does that make sense? So it's kind of not like a natural walk. You're kind of like bopping to it, okay? Because this is a very bopping dance. So this is 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Does that make sense? So you're gonna just switch and come across like here, okay? So after this, so 1, 2, 4, okay? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna step in front of you and you're gonna lift it up. So at least just kind of lift it up halfway. So don't go too high, don't go too low, but you're gonna step, okay? Step, and this move, you're just gonna hit your shoulder forward, okay? So we're at step, 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 and step. Does that make sense? And that's when you kind of like hit forward. Does that make sense? Is there any questions so far? Okay. So going back from the beginning, so we go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Does that make sense? Okay, and then so when we're at here, what we're instantly going to do is we're gonna turn our bodies to this side. Oh, it is kind of a difficult dance, but I know you guys got it. I know you guys got it. So we're here, right? So we're turning instantly to the other side. And it's gonna be, I'll show you the move very slowly, but it's kind of like doing a wave and coming up. Does that make sense? So you're like scooping your body up, okay? And then so what you're gonna do is with your right foot first, or with this foot, the back foot first, you're gonna go step, back, step, back, step. Okay? Does that make sense for everyone? So let's go from the beginning. So we're at 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, and 2, and 3. Does that make sense? So that's what we learned so far, okay? So we're at here, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take another step with the back foot, because you know we did back foot, front foot, back foot, and then we're back here. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna step and cross, and then come out and you're gonna step back in. Does that make sense? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, y'all got it. Great. Okay, and so we're here, sorry, we're right here, and then you're gonna step out with the right, and then you're gonna swim forward, and then your hips are gonna come forward, and then your body. Does that make sense? So you're stepping and swimming, and then you're gonna roll your hand, and then they kind of like kiss it, but you know, y'all can do it. It's kind of like a chin nod, but I guess we can just say, just kind of like chin your finger up top, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna do it real quick just to make sure I taught it right. Okay, so I forgot one step. So what you're gonna do is after you swim, you're gonna have your hand out like you're giving something. And then you're gonna roll it, and then you're gonna like kiss your finger, okay? Does that make sense? So you're gonna have something out, then roll it, and then pop, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, so let's do it from the start. All the way to the kissing your finger, okay? So we go 5, 6, 7, 8, go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and. Does that make sense? Okay. So would you guys like to try it with music? But I'll slow it down at 0.75 to, so it won't be full speed, but just try to follow along. Do we have any questions so far? Okay, wow, you guys are really good. No questions so far. Okay, so I'm gonna play at 0.75, and I know we've been doing it by count. I'll try my best to follow along, but here we go. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So it's a little fast, right? So should I go a bit slower at half speed? Is half speed better? Okay, half speed. So it's gonna sound a little funky, but so here's half speed, okay? So it's really, really slow. And 3, and 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. Kiss. Yeah. Okay. Is everyone good so far? Good. Okay. So that's like that's like the hard part, right? And we're about like 70% through there. So after this part right here, it's gonna be Jimin's part. And by the way, I'm following whoever is in front, so I'm not really picking anyone specific in the group. But then this part right here will be Jimin. And I found the easiest way will be, so after you're kissing, it's like kind of like a formation change. But what you're gonna do is you're just gonna step and step. Yeah. So it's kind of like a little skip. So you done and done. Does that make sense? And then so for this one, you don't really want to move too much. You could just move your shoulders. So if you step with your right, you can kind of groove. This is the part where I was like grooving to it. So if you step with your right, come with your shoulder, skip, and the other side. Does that make sense? Okay. And then after that, you come back center, and then you, yeah, so you can look down, you can look up, but then all you're gonna do is when you come back center, you're gonna put your finger towards you, rotate it, and then do like a shush. Yeah, like a shush, and you're gonna just repeat the same thing that you did in the first part. So you go step, skip, and step. Okay? Does that make sense? So we're at okay, so we're here and kiss, and then formation change, and we go step, skip, step, back in, finger, and step, skip, step. Does that make sense? Okay, and then we come back center, and we're gonna repeat exactly what we did in the first. So we go 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and at 3, what we're gonna do is, you see how your this foot is in front of you? You're just gonna follow it and spin. Okay, and then you're gonna plant, and just like how we said we're scooping our body before, so you're gonna scoot forward, and then that's the end of the dance. So it gets kind of difficult if you want to add a little bit more funk into it. But is there any questions throughout the dance, or do you guys just want to keep doing it at like 0.5, and then the better you get, we could do 0.75 and then at full speed? How's it sound? Okay. So let's go over it one more time before we do music. And I'm not gonna do the and count. I'll just go with the 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you guys can just try to follow along with me as best as you can, okay? So ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and spin and come up. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now since you got it slowly, I'll play with music and I'll do it along with you guys. And then when we feel comfortable, then I'll start speeding up at 0.75 and then go to full speed, okay? And that literally took 20 minutes. So that's literally the course of BTS. So it really doesn't, it helps a lot, you know, with someone else kind of talking over it. But then I hope, you know, this gives you guys more interest in dancing to K-pop. Okay. It kind of sounds funky. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4. Sorry, it's really slow. Okay, sorry, I might have confused you guys, but I was counting a little too fast. But do you guys think you need the counts, or should I just dance and you guys could just follow with me? I feel like I mess people up with the counts. So I'll just go ahead and just dance with it. Okay. Okay, are you guys ready? So we'll do 0.5, and then what time do we have? 7:10. Okay, so because of time, let's do 0.5 like two to 3 times, and then do 0.75 a couple of times, and then we'll do full speed like once or twice, and then I think right there we'll call it a day. So we'll do 0.5 one more time. Step. Yeah. And I guess like in these parts right here, the part where you're kind of like this, and then you go into here, I guess it helps if you pretend you're switching spots with someone. So just kind of like take a step back and then you go into the next part. Does that make sense? So I feel like that might throw some people off, but because like here it kind of fills in the gap and then you go step, step, right? Just kind of like pretend you're moving. But let's do it one more time and let's do 0.75. Good. And at the end, you guys can just do whatever you like. They have their little position change, you know, like some cool moves, but just like groove to the song right at the when you come back up, you know. And I see we have a chat. Either way. Oh, okay. So are we feeling confident on 0.75 or 0.75? Okay. So it might be a little fast, but I know you guys got it because it literally took you guys 20 minutes to learn this. So we'll do 0.75. Because here it's a lot faster. Bounce. And I forgot to spin. How did everyone feel about that? It's a little fast, right? You know, because right now we're still learning this song. It's like, you know, like everything else, it takes time for it to set in and it becomes just straight muscle memory. So I think speeding it up can, you know, of course, speed up the process of remembering the dance. So let's just do 0.75 a couple of times, and then I think we will have enough time to do like full speed once. So yeah, let's do 0.75 again. Okay, and then we have a chat. Oh, okay. So here comes the boring part, right? Just doing it over and over again. So let's just keep doing it at 0.75, and then when we get about like 1 minute away from 7, or when we get to our time 7:09, then we'll try full speed a couple of times. Does that sound good? All right. Nice, and I can see, I mean, everyone, I feel like it's already a success if you're able to get from beginning to end, right? Because like what I said before, it takes like a lot of muscle memory and practice over and over again. But as long as you're able to get from beginning to end, then you're already there. Okay, so let's do it one more time. Or a couple more times. 2, 3. All right, so is there anywhere that anyone's getting confused at, or how are we looking? So everyone's pretty good, right? Okay. So
When you do this lower speed, can you ask them to turn the camera?
oh, okay. So when we do full speed, it's
Yeah.
okay. So we're about to do full speed, and I kind of want to do 0.75 one more time. But I'd like to ask if we can have everyone turn on their camera that's been following along. If you guys can do 0.75 with us, and then if we could do full speed with us as well. So I'll give you guys a couple of seconds, and then we'll go ahead and start that. Ask again. Okay. Okay. Are you guys ready? So 0.75. Nice. All right, so we're coming to about the end. So I know I keep asking this, but any last minute questions? A little confused with the first step. Do you mind explaining? Yeah, sure. So with the first step, so this is if I'm counting it based off the full speed, so it's 1, 2, 3, right? But then for the first step, right, all you're gonna do is swing this leg over in front of you, okay? And then with this hand at the same exact time, right, you're gonna scoop over your head, okay? And everyone has their own different styles. So if you have, so for me, like I kind of like to flow a little bit. Some people kind of like to pop, but this move right here, just coming this leg in front of you and scooping over your head is the same, right? And then you kind of go left, right. Can you repeat the arm part, the high, like the? Yeah, so we're at here, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna instantly turn your body, but at that moment your hands are here, right? So you're gonna turn your body and then you're gonna scoop like with your body, right? And then you're gonna come up slowly as you're stepping, right? So then you're going right or back foot, front foot, back foot, and then you're up here. And then you're gonna cross and then come back in. Does that make sense? I forgot who was the one that asked the question, but does that make sense? Yep. Okay, perfect. And then for the first step, are we all good on the first step or? Okay, perfect. Okay, so because we had a couple of questions, we're a little over time, but let's just do 0.75 one more time and then we'll do full speed, and right there we'll call it a day. Okay, so 0.75, okay. I got the superstar glow, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Everyone's good? All right, so then let's do full speed one time, and I'm gonna ask one more time as well. If you don't have your camera on, please turn it on. And yeah, so full speed. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How did everyone do? How did everyone do? I saw some people kind of got confused at some areas, but the beginning and then to the end looked pretty good. You guys were able to get there. Do we want to do that one more time or one more time? Okay. So I'll start a little bit further back so you guys kind of get a feel of the song. Yeah, I'm making you sweat like that. Break it down. Ooh, when I look in the mirror, I'm not too hard to do. I got the super 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I kind of got stumbled with myself, but how does everyone feel so far? Good? Okay, and then we have a message in the chat. It's so fast, yeah. So it is really, really fast. And you know, I believe this class was about 30 to 40 minutes. But for you guys to get to full speed and like at least know the big parts, you know, is like, it's pretty amazing actually. So I hope this like helps out with like moving your body a little bit, you know, and experiencing something that you've never done before. For me, like it's very fun to dance and just kind of like just move my body around. But thank you guys so much for joining us. And I think we want to take a picture, right, all together. Oh, you're recording, okay. So is it possible to see the recording of it? Oh, so we are actually having a second class taught by Esther, and she is one of our other student workers. And we do have the flyer on our Instagram, but I know a couple of, yes, we will send out the video, or we will send out the video too. Yeah, so we can't send out the video to everyone that participated, but we'd ask that you guys can come join us for our second online dance class. And this will be taught by a different student worker. Her name's Esther, and she'll be teaching Cold Blooded by Jessie. Does everyone know who Jessie is, or the song Cold Blooded? Yeah, so she'll be teaching that song, and we will be posting the Zoom meeting / dance class on YouTube. Any other questions? All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and you guys are free to go. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. See you guys.